Hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Happy New Year to you all. Hope you've had a wonderful Christmas if you celebrate, or happy holidays as I know some like to say, and that you survived the new year. If you're living in the UK, you'll have survived what for us as some fairly extreme weather, not extreme by standards elsewhere in the world, but we've had a huge amount of rain and storms and that kind of thing. I don't think I've ever seen so many days of continuous heavy rain as I saw last week in the West Country. It just never really let up, and that's saying something for a country that's notoriously rainy, but not usually as kind of consistently heavy, drenching rain. So, yeah, we love to talk about the weather in the UK. And so, obviously, I'm going to start the new year doing that. I also like to talk about makeup, as you know. And I haven't been doing so much of it recently. I've fallen behind. So, I wanted to start off by showing you a few things that are not out of date, because they've only just become available here in the UK, a little earlier, I think, in the States. And that's two collections, really. The Les Beiges has decided to do a winter glow collection this year. Normally, the releases are spring, summer based, but not this year. And then also, almost completely unheralded, actually, I was taken completely by surprise when I saw a video about the eclat de nuit collection item. Let's deal with that one first, actually, because in some ways it's the one I'm most pleased with. It's a eyeshadow quad. And as I say, I hadn't really seen any advance publicity for it, so it took me a bit by surprise. I can't remember whether it was Alison Chase or All Feisty. One of those I saw. I think it was Jennifer, actually, All Feisty, because she talked about recording her presentation of this palette in December and saying it would go up when it was released in the US, which obviously was fairly recently. And so I then went immediately on the Chanel website, and it was fairly hidden away at that point. You didn't get shown it when you asked for new products, for example. I had to go into the eye products, and there it was. So there we are. Eclat de nuit. Some people think it's a bit like the Christmas quint. I didn't get that in the end. I thought it looked very nice, but I felt it was nothing new for me. And this isn't earth-shattering. And you will immediately notice it's got a black. And you know what I say about black eyeshadows. I just never use them. So immediately we're down to a trio. So why on earth would I waste, I think it was £52, 50-something, 51 or £52 in the UK on a palette. The answer really is this shade here, which you can see gleaming away slightly in my viewfinder, not as much as real life. Oh, look at that. It's like a foil, kind of grey gold taupe. Right up my alley. Not too shiny, but definitely an interesting texture. So I saw that and thought, have to have that one. With it, it's got two, I think one's a matte and one's a satin. This here is a matte, definitely. A kind of mid-toned, cool, not intensely pigmented brown. You can see there. If you're looking for hugely pigmented shades, this is not the palette for you, I wouldn't have said. And then the other one, some people describe it as a matte, but I think it's a satin, because you can definitely see there's some texture to that, isn't there? And it swatches really a bit darker almost than the matte, although that's not how they look in the palette. I just think that's a really pretty colour combo. Now, I'm not saying I don't have something like that and similar. I'm pretty sure I do, certainly in the Tom Ford range of palettes I've got. By the way, one of my resolutions this year is to show you all, all of my existing Tom Ford quads, because they're the ones I have never got rid of. So I go back to about 2010. And some of them are barely used, but I love them so much. I take them out sometimes and gloat over them. So that's on the list of things to do. That'll be several videos, I think, because I've got so many. So I really like that combo. And then here's the black, which is a nice, smooth, not, you know, more a grey, to be honest, than black. So if you're into your smoky eyes, that's a good one. Can't wait to use this. I was going to use it last night. I actually went out, but I didn't have time to do any makeup. I'm far less inhibited about going out and about with minimal or no makeup than I used to be. So that's Les Nuit. I don't think there's anything else in that collection. Then Les Beiges. Well, let me show you first of all 2 new nail polishes. They're not packaged as Les Beiges, but they're launched as part of that collection. Another white. I did consider not getting this. I've got to stop, really. This is called Glacial. So, obviously, to... Oh! I almost thought I couldn't get the top of that one. Fit in. I haven't looked how pigmented or not this is. Not very. That's almost like a slightly frosted sheer in one coat. Pretty, but nothing special. If you're not a mad collector like me, I definitely think you can give that one a miss, but I'm a mad collector. This one is called Skiers. Does that mean skier? I do speak French, but not sufficiently fluently. So this, again, nothing that exciting. It's just a very pretty pink. Again, oh, nice tightly screwed top. It looks pretty translucent to me. Yeah, so similar. It's just giving a pinky shade. Be interesting to see what 2 coats of that. If I've got time, I'll do another coat at the end to see. Again, not a must-have, to be honest, at £29 pounds a pop. Then also promoted as part of the Les Beiges collection, but it's the Rouge Cocoa Bomb. There are 2 new shades in that range, I believe. This one is... I'm sorry, I can't read that at all. Chilling pink. The other one seemed just a see-through gloss. This one is very light, as you can see. So definitely going with barely noticeable. But I do like these lip balms, cocoa balms. They're not lip balms, really. The lip balms are differently packaged. But again, probably not a must-have. I didn't get the eye palette. The eye palette is very heavy on the pinky mauves. It looks very pretty, but was not for me. I didn't need another pink. I am denied over the blushes. Partly it's the novelty of having a blush. I think this is the first powder blush we've ever had in the Les Beiges packaging, which I like very much. And I am moving away from powder blushes generally. I've got a lot of old Chanel ones that I rarely use. They are starting to dry up. I need to have a clear out of those. Perhaps that's another video for this year. Certainly another task for this year. And I'm using more cream blushes and sticks. But I do like sometimes pretty powder, especially when it's got a snowflake on it. Now, I did benefit from watching some videos on this because this looked very deep to me and is not the colour I would have gone for left to my own devices on the website. There's this, which is called Mauve Glacé. And there's a coral, which I would not have gone for, and then a really, really pretty girly pink, which is the one I would have gone for. But I watched a couple of videos, and these were coming across as not very heavily pigmented, and the really pretty pink one not showing up at all. So I went for this colour, which I know from experience often suits me quite well. It's actually reasonably pigmented, but I did have a go with this. And with a cheek, a blusher brush, it applies nicely, and it's a pretty cool-toned mauvey pink for my quite light, cool-toned to neutral skin. So have a look at some of the comparison, not mine, videos where they've got 2 or 3 of them. This brush is improving, actually. Let's just take a moment to admire that. Pretty dense. I didn't use this. I used my blush brush, but it's a useful brush. So that was the only blush that I got. I think the potentially exciting products are the glow primers, Healthy Winter Glow primers. I like Chanel's primers. I have got one on the go at the moment. Very moisturising. Definitely improves the dewy look of makeup. This is now 3, and I think they're limited edition versions. I got 2. I got Frosty White and Icy Beige. There's a more goldeny coloured one. So Frosty White. I have had a go with these as well. They come with a sealant on, but as I say, I had a go. So this one is a pure white. And Icy Beige, as you might expect, is a cool tone beige. Slightly pinky. Put those 2 close together, didn't I? There's the Frosty White. I hope you can see that gives a really pretty, slightly, well, very iridescent, almost slightly holographic purple mauvey kind of sheen. And the other gives a more golden one. I'm guessing the actual golden one is more pronounced. I really like this one, which is the icy, what's it called again? Frosty White. Frosty White. I may even buy a backup of this, to be honest. It looks really pretty with nothing else. You could definitely use it as a kind of gentle highlighter or all over the face. But it also looks nice, particularly if you're pale and are wearing, light foundation, or as I often do, bit of foundation around the T-zone and red bits and the rest just leaving my skin. There it is, dried down. I might even buy, as I say, a backup of that one. So yeah, pleased with those. Not tempted to get the other one, but that would definitely be better for darker skins. So there we are. That's my reasonably recent haul of new products. I never finished my advent calendar. I'm going to try and do that. But in the meantime, have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.